Hello dear viewers, it's MiWiJa and I'm glad to see you there in the newest episode. I said they will appear sometime, so here I am. This time I decided to make a redraw of Sailor Moon. I have no idea where this trend comes from, what it really is about, but I like redraws and that was fun. Well, recently I don't draw often and because of that coming back to drawing, it feels really not nice. I have no idea what to draw, and I feel I don't know how to draw at all. So making a redraw was really cool. And so you may ask, what? You never showed how you look like. What the heck are you doing now? Well, I will tell you at the end of the video, because right now it is time to jump into the video. Okay, so at the beginning I start with really rough sketch, just basic shapes, everything to just see what was where there hair, where there are eyes, and the whole character. Then on top of that, I started to draw shapes that were more defined. I started to show where the eyes were and all the rest. Just so I could have a base for my painting, because here I decided it's a good time to practice my painting in digital art, to make something without any line art, and I found it a very good exercise for me, because thanks to that I started to see all of my drawings like more in three-dimensional space. Everything is more 3D. I can see that there is something going on, that it isn't just there is head, there is neck, there are shoulders, but there is something real, and by choosing the right colors and the right shades, I can make it look like if it was real. Which is really obvious for somebody who isn't a hobbyist, but I'm a hobbyist. I never went to any art school, so it's my newest discovery, and I mean, I knew about it before, but I couldn't use it in practice, because line art was always defining where the shapes were, and here, when it isn't there, I need to understand the lighting and the shadows. And I already drew in realistic style, but with pencils, in black and white, so here it felt really different, and that was amazing. However, we're still on the sketch. A sketch that then I started to color. Just one basic color wherever. And then all the elements separately, I put them on each of different layer, like the skin, the hair, and the color at this moment wasn't important, because I just wanted to have any base to separate them, so then I could work on them. So then I decided to pick some colors that I wanted to use for each of the elements, for the hair, for the skin and everything, not the shadows, just the basic colors. And first thing that can be a bit surprising to you if you don't know much about colors, it is that for the hair that are blonde, I put some pink. Why? Because I don't really like the look of Naruto yellow sunny hair, because real blonde hair, they're not like that. And it's a good solution to put some pink on the blonde hair, then they look more natural. If you would put yellow, it isn't blonde. Blonde hair aren't yellow. This is yellow, and no, hair aren't like that. It is a comic, and if you want your drawing to be more realistic, then go away from that. Don't. Colors are not what you think they are. They are much different, much more complex, and yeah. When I was sure about the lines and the sketch, everything, including the colors, then I put everything on one layer, and then I start to paint and cover the lines slowly but surely. And on another layer, I put the shadows using the mode of multiply, and then I was just slowly but surely covering everything and trying to express everything as three-dimensional objects. And when I knew I had the shadows, then I was more confident about the colors. For example, on the skin I put some pinks, some reds, so it's more alive. Then I was putting the shadows on the separated layer, and in the end I put 2 layers of multiply because one wasn't enough and I wanted to work with the same color. I just put the shade more and more. I could do exactly the same thing on the layer where I was painting, but I decided that this time I'll make shadows and all the lightings. This one you can't see it yet, on separated layers, so I could work on the main layer with the colors more. And I already showed the idea of rendering the character and all the drawing with the shades, and then just putting the colors under it. And here it is exactly the same thing, just there isn't that much shading, so I did it later, not at the beginning, because like you didn't see that I didn't publish this drawing probably. I made a video but I didn't publish the drawing of Chi from Chavits. There, when I started, I put just the layer of shadows on, like it was almost whole made of shades and lighting because the contrast there was quite big. So yeah, then after that I was just rendering, covering the lines more and more, and making the shapes sharper. Like for example, the ear, the nose, everything wasn't that blurred. Recently I discovered something interesting about eyes. And again, I discovered it because I'm just a hobbyist, and sometimes I go and look and I discover that some things look like that in nature, and then I use it in my drawings. And once I was spending some time in front of the mirror looking at my beautiful face. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just looked at myself in the mirror and I saw something interesting. The light was going from one side and it was reflecting not on the side where it was coming from, not like on my face. You see, here's the light and here's the shadow, but it was doing exactly the opposite. And this time I decided to do it in the drawing as well. For now, that's it. I will come back there a bit later because actually nothing big is going to happen starting from now. I will just make this drawing look bare and bare by putting some details, by working on the light, and by making the shapes sharper. That's really about it. It's just about it. And of course I needed to repair some of my little mistakes that I didn't see before. Actually, I made this drawing in one day, and because of that, well, after another day I looked at it again and I repaired some mistakes that I made. However, I didn't record that, so the final result will be a little different than what you saw at the end. For example, I forgot to put the beautiful earrings. Yeah, so sad. But making them was really simple. There wasn't that much thing to do. Just another layer and that's it. Then on the reflections and on the hair, on the eyes, I did it on separated layer also. Especially the hair. The hair wasn't on a normal layer. It was on luminosity. On luminosity, because I for now find it best for making kind of really bright elements, and because it is anime style, then yes, it is where we can just make everything shining a lot and it works good. Because normally when I draw in my style, I don't like when things shine too much. I like when things are shining. I love little elements that are shining somewhere, everywhere around the drawing. However, not too much. Only, okay, maybe it depends what you call much. But I like it. At this moment it started to look quite well. However, I knew that putting another layer of shading would be good. And again, the beautiful digital art allows us to just create a new layer where we just can put the light and all that. And for shadows, for shading, I really like using some red colors, some purple colors, sometimes blue, but here blue would feel too cold. Yeah, at the end when I had everything, I started to do the background. Honestly, nothing really crazy. It is just the redraw. So I just made the floor similar to the one that you can see on the original drawing. However, there were little rocks on the original drawing, and for me, yeah, I tried to make it that looked like a rock, but it was too disturbing for me. Like, I didn't like it, and after some time I just decided to give up on that because it just didn't work for me. It was dragging the attention away from the drawing and I didn't like it. Here I already signed the drawing, but I saw all the time there's something I could work on, there's something I can improve. Oh, here is the thing about the eye, you see? The light goes and it lands on the opposite side of the eye, not the one that is in front of the source of light, but the opposite one. And here it's the final result. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my talking, my face. I hope we had a nice time here, and I just decided to show my face, show myself, because it is much faster than, like, there is way too many expressions I do while talking and making the character moving according to that. I'm not saying that it is really animated, it is just changing depending on how I talk, what is my expression, how I feel, and all that. And I think I can do the same with my face, and I decided to cover it because we're on the internet. Let's stay let's stay safe, dear people. And yeah, I wear glasses, so it's a little hard to breathe, but I already got used to wearing a mask because of Corona Town. So that's it for this video. I am really happy you were there with me. Have a wonderful day, and bye bye.